continuing on with the obliteration of Kent State University, not the rebuild, the obliteration. We're attempting a rebuild, but it is turning out to be something far worse or far less than a rebuild. So we have a bye week this week. Thank God for this bye week. We need a bye week just to kind of reset, reevaluate everything, because right now we are on very shaky / rocky territory as we get ready to go into week 6 against our next opponent, which just so happens to be yet another tough opponent in Oklahoma. We got some scouting hours or recruiting hours to use this week with 15 hours. We're going to go ahead and allocate those where we need to allocate those towards, and then we'll go ahead and advance to week 6. We still got the punter who has us on a deal breaker, so we can't really scout, recruit, etc. do all of that with him. Glenn Barkley, we can go ahead and get him in here for a visit if it's even worthy. We don't even look, that's how terrible we are. We don't have everything that we have in the green is red. We have F's for. But everything that he's looking for, okay, I'm sorry, we had the A+ for proximity to home, but Jesus Christ, we have nothing to offer these guys right now. We really don't. So Jalen Dragos, he has us moved up. So that's one thing we can do. We can reset our board. I can start putting the guys who have us in their top 5, the top 1, 2, 3. We can go ahead and rearrange them and put them all towards the top of this list, so we know exactly who we need to be focusing on. So Woodside, let's see, we got Barclay. We can go ahead and move Barclay up. All right, who else we got? We're moving up the board. There we go. Muhammad, go ahead and move Jaden Muhammad up, put him behind Barclay. Let's see what else we got. This way we can keep targeting the guys who we're constantly moving up the board. Instead of navigating through all of these prospects, we can focus on these guys first and then take care of the other guys afterwards. So Woodside, we'll put him number 2 on the board. Dragos will be number 1. Barclay will be number 3. Let's see, Muhammad. We can leave Muhammad there for a minute. Okay, we can move Bloom up. All right, so Bloom would be at the very top. Pullard, let's see. Oh, we're gaining some ground with Pullard, so that's a good look right there. Pure possession, he must be a tight. Yeah, he's a tight end. But that size, is no way he's not a receiver. So we're gonna go ahead and remove those hours since we're gaining some ground with him, and we're gonna allocate some of those hours that we have for him towards some of these guys that are in our top that we're moving up the board, so we can try to close in on them. This one is a long shot in hooks because he's about to commit elsewhere, but we're right on their trail. So maybe we can get lucky, send the house, and we can make up that ground and we can close in on him. And then we'll go back to Pullard. We'll give him 5 and then the 10 for search social media and DM the player. So we're good for this week. We can go ahead and advance to the next week, to week 6, and proceed to get our ass whooped by Oklahoma. So they got Ole Miss facing off against LSU this week. It'll be intriguing to see who ends up pulling that game out. But it's on to the next week. It's on to the following week. See where we go with some of these recruits. Okay, so we got one that has locked us out. Woodside has us number 1. We're still F for championship contender. That's not going to change anytime soon, as we are 0-4, possibly about to be 0-5. Let's see, recruiting up there. So who has us locked out? Willie Tolson has us locked out. So Dragos has us first. Woodside has us first. Hooks has us first. So good deal. We're in good hands right now. Those little adjustments we made are actually paying off. So again, game week, we got Oklahoma this week. Let's go ahead and check out these top stories. So Penn State ended up pulling out the win over Oregon, who was a 92 overall to Penn State's 89. So Penn State moves to number 1 overall. Taylor for Ole Miss has 17 carries for 88 yards, 5 yards a carry. And Georgia pulled out a big victory over Alabama, 35-33. Le'Veon Moss had 18 carries for 120 yards, 6 yards per carry, for Texas A&M. So recruiting wise, we only got 10 hours to play with this week after that lockout, which is cool. That's fine. We can go ahead and allocate those hours. We're still going up the board for Bloom. A lot of these guys we got in our tops. We're continuing to gain ground on these other teams that are right behind us in the recruiting process. So we're going to go ahead and use these 10 hours to try to get Woodside in on a recruiting visit. So yeah, we good there. That's it. We don't have any more hours to really play with. So far, so good though with these adjustments that we've made. It's really just time to go ahead and jump into this game action against Oklahoma. So it don't make no sense me checking the top classes. We know we're not going to be one of the top classes right now. The recruiting this season has been abysmal, and we're trying to turn that around. Hooks has jumped us all the way up. Us giving that 50 towards him has made something shift, and now we're way at the end with him, whereas we were second. So that's huge. That's a huge look right there. But here we go. Oklahoma at 89 overall. We are at 64 overall. And after what happened against Florida State, when Florida State was just the 84 overall, I don't anticipate this going well. And then we're at Oklahoma as well. So go ahead and get our uniform combination together. If we're going to get our behind bus, at least look good doing it in the process, right? So we're going to go with the navy blue helmet with the yellow bolt and the navy blue pants. Oklahoma will have their traditionals. So it's time to go ahead and jump into this game action and see if we can at least make it more competitive than we did facing off against Florida State. Because that right there, I'm not even going to lie, I did not have fun at all in that game. And the crazy thing about it, just like I mentioned the last episode, we had some spectacular catches, some spectacular passes take place in that game. And it wasn't even really enjoyable like that because at no point in time were we in that game at all. So hopefully this turns out to be a different outcome. And yeah, here we go. Here we go. Let the games begin. We got to try to make our mark, try to do something, see if we can possibly make Oklahoma the team that we make a statement and pull out our first victory against. All right, so impact players, as always, Newman, Campbell Jr., they have Mateer as their impact player as well as Ott. Oh my God, the stadium post here is nuts. I thought Florida State was bad. Come on, give me that, Barry. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you. We need that coming out the gate. Got to rely on Barry. He's been one of the most consistent players that we've had between him and Garcia. Etheridge too, but Etheridge is kind of... Come on, third. Oh my God. All right, so Jair Rawlson is our key defender against Mateer. Oh my goodness. Look at this. And he stiff armed the piss out. Wow. Come on, y'all. Oh my God. That spin. Jesus, he put him in the spin cycle. So nasty. Jesus Christ. Here we go. Another long game. Thank God we got Garcia back. Oh my, are you serious? How you fumble off a dive? Get real. Come on, somebody get dot. Just like that. 14 nutting out the gate. This is crazy. Can we get anything? I mean, seriously, look at this. Thank you, Garcia. Damn, somebody. Come on, Barry. Come on, Barry. We got to punch it in here or else it's going to get ugly. I mean, it's already getting ugly, but we got to punch it in here to make this at least a little bit competitive or something. Because right now, just like against Florida State, we came out down 14-0 just like that at the end of the first quarter going into the second quarter. So we have to score here. We don't score here, this may actually get worse than a Florida State game. And we have 67 pass yards to their 55. So we're getting it through the air. We just can't finish. Thank you. Let's go. We needed that. We needed that big time. Mr. Reliable. This year's Mr. Reliable, Christian Berry. Between him and Garcia, I don't know which one's more reliable. It's got to be Berry because Berry's been the consistent factor the last couple weeks. So thank God for Christian Berry. And thank God for Gavin Garcia as well. Because without them, come on, get to him. Thank you. There we go. Okay, we waking up. We waking up. Let's go. Come on, get another stop. Bruh. All that to let them get 3rd and 16. Thank you. Let's go. Big time stop. Dot. Let's go, Etheridge. Come on, let's go. Oh, how did you drop that? Come on, money. Money maker, let's go. Oh my goodness, I'm trying to get it in the middle, and he gets stopped soon as he touches the ball. Oh, we gonna miss this. Jesus Christ, this is, man. Come on, get in there, get in there, get in there. Let's go. After being down 14-0, we go in a half down just 4. Down just 4. So it looked like it was going to start off the same way, or it started out like it was going to end up the same way as Florida State, but we fought back. 155 pass yards to their 83, so we're doing damage in the air. Let's go. Defense again. Come on, let's come down and score, y'all. Oh, my God. Oh, story of our life. Story of our life right there. Never fails. Anytime we get. Look at that. Money. All right, so at least we held them to that field goal, so we good there. We still got a shot. Oh, my God. The Shields. Let's go. Sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. We finally fighting, getting some stops. Look at this. Look at that. Look at it. Story of our life, bro. Story of our life. We were fighting. We were in this game, and then all of a sudden, it was an avalanche. An avalanche, a cataclysmal fall, 24-10 going into the fourth quarter. And this game was a lot closer than that, but a bunch of unforeseen events between that fumble by the Shields in the backfield, then that fluke interception. Now we had one where we threw it straight to him. We're in a bad situation now. Look at this. And he's going to walk that in. He's going to, when it rains, it pours. Oh, now y'all want to fight. Oh, look at this. Now they want to do some damage, huh? Where was this earlier? Where was this earlier? Oh, he's back at it again. Look at him. Okay. Might be able to save face, punch something in the end zone right here. Walk that in. Okay, there you go, Garcia. So y'all got a little bit of fight left. Just a little bit, not a lot. Jesus Christ, those turnovers really, really hurt us. No lie. Because we were in this. We was lockstep. Even after going down 14-0, we fought back. We got to stop coming out of half, and we were about to drive. The Shields fumbled. All right, let's see if we can get another stop here. Come on. Who am I kidding, right? Thank you. And 34-17 it is. See if we can at least get another touchdown before this game is over with. Come on, give me something. Well, that's ball game. That's ball game. So we end up losing. It wasn't as bad as Florida State. Actually, it was a lot better because we were actually in this game, but we shot ourselves in the foot. And 0-5 it is. 0-5 out the gate it is. You know, on to the next week. On to the next week. So at least we fought harder this one. It's just a bunch of turnovers, bunch of miscues, bunch of errors on our end that made this. And you can't do that when you have a lower tier team against a top tier team. You can't have all those miscues because they're going to capitalize on them. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. So looking at some of these numbers, we had 306 passing yards to their 188. So we were doing damage in the air. We were 8 for 13 on third down, 61%. They were 4 for 8, 50%. So as you can see, we were actually doing numbers. But the key statistic is that 4 turnovers right there to their none. So they were plus, we were minus, and they capitalized on all our turnovers. So defense came out the gate. They were doing their thing early, but it ended up being just not enough as the offense started turning it over, and then Oklahoma ended up capitalizing on those turnovers. We had 63 plays to their 32, but we lost 34-17. Again, story of this game was the turnovers. Defense did what they could early, but there's only so much a defense can do before eventually just breaking because the offense isn't doing their part. Mateer had a 219.4 QB rating, 16 for 19 passing. DeShields had a 110.3 QB rating, 39 for 58 passing. It seems like every week our pass attempts with the Shields just keeps going higher and higher, but the completion percentage just isn't there. So we did have Barry with 87 receiving yards. So again, Mr. Reliable, he came through in a clutch. But that's going to do it for this week. It's on to the next week. We started out. What a way to start out this Dynasty rebuild. Like I mentioned in the last couple episodes, this is like night and day from the way the Florida Atlantic Dynasty started out in college football 25. Like, it was nothing like this. So we're 0-5 out the gate. But as much as losing bothers me, especially the way I lost against Florida State, I can say I like this because it gives you something to aim for. It gives you something to strive for. If I came out the gate just winning, then this rebuild wouldn't be fun. It would be pointless. So I like to see how we bounce back from this, if we can bounce back from this, and then what we do going forward into the following season and seeing how we progress. So that's going to do it for this episode. If you're here for the first time or you're returning and you haven't liked or subscribed already, please do so. Click that notification tab so you can stay up to speed with more of this Kent State Dynasty rebuild, as well as other college football 26 content. Again, I appreciate you all for tuning in. That's been my time. Till next time.